It's no secret we've had a lackluster valley snow year, but this storm's going to come through with accumulation. You're taking that live view of I-15 northbound in Box Elder County, where we're starting to see snow really show up on the cameras, and it's going to continue to fill in. As we look at the forewarn radar, we know that that wet weather has moved into the West Desert. Very noticeable here. Green indicating rain. We've got mixed precipitation towards Cache Valley right now, and on I-15 towards Brigham City, the mountains just tapping into it. Park Valley, that pink, indicating that wintry mix of rain and snow, and lots of rain in the West Desert. It could start as rain, but because we've got heavy precipitation here, it's going to drive down that snow level, which means it will transition on the valley floor fairly quickly. Black Desert Skycam time-lapse video showing the cloud cover that was streaming through. Southwest flow today allowed for that moisture to move into the state. We saw it with the clouds. That moisture potential is there, and now we get a storm to take it through. Great bald eagle shot. Just had to throw this in because Meg just sent it. We appreciate it. Farmington Bay, Davis County, it's going to get some snow tonight. As we look at our high temperatures, mid-40s in Salt Lake, that's average this time of year at 45, 61 in St. George, 37 in Logan. It was a temperature spread fairly mild. Those numbers will go down into tomorrow. As we look at the hourly forecast here, it walks us through the overnight. I kept this because I want you to be forewarned about what's happening at each hour. Temperatures will be dropping and close to freezing. Any rain could start to mix with snow and then fully turn over to accumulating snow. That is problematic for the morning commute. Precipitation potential actually stretches all the way down to the I-70 corridor, meaning that I-15 could be impacted from the Idaho border all the way to Cove Fort. More on the roads here in just a moment, but let's look at these alerts because they have been upgraded. We have those winter weather advisories for Salt Lake, Tooele County, Cache Valley, and new tonight, the Wasatch Back has been added to a winter weather advisory with accumulating snow on the way. The mountains also you're seeing in purple. That's in effect until 11 p.m. The Wasatch, the Western Uintas, the Book Cliffs, the Wasatch Plateau, the Central Mountains. You know the drill. And then you see that pink in southwestern Wyoming, and yes, for the Northern Wasatch Front. This is a winter storm warning. It is in effect now. It will hold on until 5 p.m. tomorrow. Our westerly flow will target these areas with higher snow totals, 4 to 7 inches for Weber and Davis County on the valley floor. Benches could be even higher than that. So this is the area that's going to walk away with the most accumulation from this storm. And that is something to note, especially if you have to leave the house early in the morning tomorrow, because a band of that moisture overnight looks heavy, and we're going to see big numbers. Speaking of big numbers, 6 to 12 for the Cottonwoods, with the highest peaks of the Western Uintas and Upper Cottonwoods, a little closer to 15. Northern Mountains at 5 to 10. Central Mountains just a few inches. The core of this moisture focuses on northern Utah. Futurecast walks us through the timing here. Always want you to be forewarned. Watch this wet weather on the move. Here we are by midnight. That yellow and red indicating heavy precipitation, aiding and dropping that snow level. We've got snow in the high country, and that stays there, parks there as we get through the overnight. 3 a.m. It's still coming down. This is where, especially places like Cache Valley, will have accumulation, and you wake up to leave and you're going to go, I'm really glad I gave myself a few extra minutes. Alana told me about this, and I knew that I needed time. Here we are by 5 a.m. We could see a heavier band of snow hitting during the early morning commute, meaning tricky travel should be expected, and we see showers holding on. Here we are by 10 a.m. A lot more blue there with that northwest flow. We will continue to see those showers throughout the afternoon and into the evening. It takes a moment for this moisture to pull to the east and clear. By 6 p.m. it's in the mountains there, and drier conditions will set up. A lot of our alerts will hold until 5 p.m. High pressure wants to take control. How much in your backyard? I hear you. You want the answer? I've got it for you. Rain to 3 inches in our valleys, depending on that transition of rain to snow. The benches, generally speaking, 2 to 6. Now, this is going to be higher in Weber and Davis County. Again, those are the 4 to 7 inch areas. 3 to 7 for mountain valleys. That includes the Wasatch Back and Cache Valley. 5 to 10 for the northern mountains. How about the roads? What do you drive? Let's talk about it, because it's going to be slushy on 15, on 215, the entire route. 80 from Grantsville to Wyoming. Looking like we could see some snow-covered patches there, so a heads up. US 89 all the way to Mount Pleasant, we could see slush and snow. I-84 already seeing snow tonight, so we know snow-covered roads will be there. US 6 through Spanish Fork Canyon and 40 all the way to Fruitland also could see some impacts. If you drive these roads tomorrow morning, it's going to be a little tricky, okay? Regional forecast showing the numbers cooling just a little bit with the front, 30s and 40s, but we know that the precipitation is the big takeaway from this quick-moving storm. 40s and 50s on the eastern side of the state, 61 in St. George. They stay dry in the south, and they stay that way for a few days. How about the high pressure taking over and catapulting those temps to the mid-70s on Tuesday? Doesn't that sound like a dream? Oh, somebody pinch me. As we look at the Wasatch Front, you're going to notice the 40s. We've got that wet weather. We dry out by late Thursday. High pressure will take over. We're slow to warm, but we get there eventually to the 50s. Snow coming down. We are going to see more precip overnight.
But we'll focus on the 50s. That's a good news.
Well, I feel like focus on the morning commute, but yes, we'll get to the 50s. I want people to be careful because they have upgraded and expanded all these warnings tonight.
Get your shovels, fill up on gas, you'll be good. Drive safe.